Good morning, daughter. Dad's just getting his camera lined up. I'm at work on Sunday right after Christmas, the 26th. How important is baptism? You know, how has it been perverted? And what is foot washing? I'm thinking to myself, okay, so you have to be born of the water, and then you have to be born of the Spirit. Does that mean that you have to be born of a woman? Well, who here hasn't been born by a woman? Let's see, raise your hands. All right. So it's not the womb's water they're talking about. They're talking about baptism. When Jesus was baptized, did he have an issue? Did he have sins that he needed to be forgiven of? No. He was baptized for those who couldn't be. For example, the thief on the cross. Did he have opportunity for baptism? And yet it's essential. Well, the Lord lends him his baptism. You know, what's the origin of the concept of baptism? It's from the Greek in the textile industry. When the Greeks wanted to dye clothing, they would immerse it inside a dye, and they would baptize it. They would keep it there until every fiber was saturated, and it was called baptismo, where the dye saturated. That's exactly how it is to be with us. When we are sunk into the water, it's a doorway. The old life dies and the new life begins. You shut the door on one and you open the door on the other when you do that. So when you're baptized, you're a new person. The old person dies. And again, don't ever pray for deliverance from a particular sin. Pray for a change of heart. If you pray for the deliverance from a sin, you may only be granted that if you do. But if you pray for a change of heart, everything is affected. When you have a wind chime and you move one of the chimes, they all move. So, immersion until you're soaked, until you're saturated with the Lord, to be saturated to the fiber. Then you can be assured. So, what's foot washing? Well, foot washing is a mini baptism. Why? Because we need to be cleaned every now and then. Because we do make mistakes. And foot washing is a mini baptism. That's why it's so essential. So, and looking through all the scripture, baptism was always by immersion. The eunuch, otherwise they could have just gotten a cup of water. And what has the world done? The Catholic Church is very, very happy to just sprinkle. Well, what happens when you take what God has ordained and you pervert it? Oh, sprinkling will do. A baby that doesn't know anything. You can devote a baby, but you can't baptize a baby. But they do. So the concept is, in my situation, in my life at 62, is that I prayed for a new heart. And I believe I've been granted because I know I'm His. Every morning I ask the Lord, how can I serve you today, Father? How do I do it? When you send me to my psych patients, move my mouth that they might be changed. And I see it all the time. All the time. Am I that wise? No. I'm directed. And as I hear, I speak. So, how important is baptism? I would take it very seriously. You go under that water, that's the grave. You come up, you're a new person. So it will be in the last day, daughter. I love you, Anthony. It was so wonderful to hear your voice yesterday. And Marcus, he seems like a very nice man. I'll be seeing you both soon. But baby, I do want a lot of time with you, okay? I'm going to be crazy about Marcus, but I'm going to want some one-on-one, so be ready for that. I love you, Pumpkin. Let's be baptized in our hearts. Let's be soaked to the fiber, that Jesus might be the dye, that we would come out a different color, pure white. Love you, daughter, with all my heart. Bye, baby.